All right, obviously there was a big announcement from Google Ads this week. So let's break down what local businesses need to know about Google's new AI Max for search announcement. The first thing to keep in mind is that most of us only know what Google has announced at this point. The beta doesn't start rolling out until later in May, and that's when most of us will get the chance to start testing it. The other thing for local businesses to keep in mind is that anything with AI or machine learning needs a lot of data to work. These new features may not work great for small budgets or resource constrained advertisers. However, I do think Google is bringing in some additional signals that could be beneficial for local advertisers, and we'll get into that. The biggest takeaway from the announcement is, of course, that AI Max Research will use keywordless technology to find more queries. Similar to broad match keywords, keywordless query matching is going to need a lot of high quality conversion data to be effective. So, for local advertisers, using this is going to mean high quality conversion tracking is a must, whether it's leads, sales, or store visits. Otherwise, you're likely going to capture a lot of irrelevant traffic. However, this could be a really cool technology for a lot of local advertisers. Search volume can be a real challenge when you're targeting small geographies, and that means campaigns can balloon with more and more keywords to try and capture the volume needed. People's search habits are also always changing, along with AI getting integrated more into not only Google's products, but people's everyday lives. This technology can be a real opportunity to capture more unique one off searches that traditional campaigns may miss or are hard to research for with keywords. Next is the asset optimization to deliver relevant ads to users. To be honest, this isn't my favorite feature, and it's just packaging up a lot of existing features such as automatically created assets and final URL expansion. I haven't been a big fan of these so far, but I'm hopeful they might continue to improve over time and become more useful. Customizing and serving highly relevant ad copy would be a great opportunity for local businesses. Most local searches are looking for very specific types of businesses that are close by. Ad copy can be targeted to them to an extent right now, but it'd be really powerful if you could speak directly to their query. How this is going to work in practice is something we're just going to have to find as we test moving forward. The part of the announcement that I'm most excited about is the new location of interest at the ad group level. Historically, to get hyper targeted locations, there have been various account structures that might be campaigns by city or state or a long list of ad groups customized around locations. These can be really hard to manage and they're really impractical for a lot of smaller local advertisers. The location of interest would allow you to target a state and then create ad groups that are focused around specific cities. Google would then target users based on their geographical intent. This would allow campaigns to be consolidated, but still customized to the location you want to target. You won't need 10 campaigns segmented by city with 10 ad groups featuring your services to capture service ABC and city XYZ. Instead, it could be one campaign with 10 ad groups using locations of interest and your service keywords. Overall, the AI Max research announcements have some good and bad, and it'll be really interesting to test them out. I like that it's not an entirely new campaign type and that we're not being pushed into it with another campaign being deprecated. It'll allow us to kind of test and experiments with the features and find out what works and what doesn't for individual advertisers. And it'll be really interesting to see how it comes into practice.